But what is a good situation, Dallas, is Shohei Ohtani was shoving last night. I mean, he fucking lost. He did lose, unfortunately. But what was it? Six innings, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, and got the L.
Yeah, it's a tough L to hang on to.
Yeah, I mean, of all teams to not be able to pick up their guy, Shohei Ohtani, come on.
Well, they didn't have Ohtani in the lineup.
That's right, which I like. I think this is a good idea. I think this is a good idea by the Dodgers to be like, you know what, dude? Like, we get that you can also hit and pitch, but like, you don't have to do them both on the same night. Like, that's a big ask. So like, just focus when you're pitching. Just focus on pitching. Yeah,
but I mean, it's a big ask that he's been able to answer time and time again. Are you ready? This isn't get your tinfoil hat. This isn't conspiracy theorist, Dallas. This is just, I think it's an understanding here. Jared, when you look at his trophy case, there's really only one thing missing. One. That's a Cy Young Award.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. So I think this could very well be the year where they say, you know what? Shohei, why don't we just go get you that Cy Young? Why don't we just do that?
You think you can just order one of those? Like,
I mean, if you're Ohtani, yeah, you can. You have access to that menu. You do. You have the ability to go, yeah, you know what? I'd like another MVP. What do I need to do? 50 homers, 50 bags? Dial it up. Done. What do I need? I need a Cy Young? Doc, how about I lay low here on the pitching hitting side of things for a while? Let me just go ahead and start racking up the necessary numbers to take that Cy Young Award home. And we'll reconvene a little later. Like down the stretch, when you need Ohtani back in the lineup, when I'm also carving, we can revisit that. But for right now, because look, Doc, let's remember, we got people bitching about the Ohtani rule, me taking time, getting from second base after I've just smacked a fucking double off the wall, and now I gotta come back and I gotta get my hat and my glove. Like people are all over us, right? Why don't we just lay low a little? Why don't I go out there and slice and dice, and then once we've built up the necessary lead in the division, we can start to revisit this thing. I can start to get back in the box while I'm on the bump. We can shake and bake. But for now,
how many innings do you expect him to throw this year? Because he's never, like, his highest finish for Cy Young was top 5. He did it once in 2022, but it was like 160 and change innings. So like, I don't with the amount of innings that he's going to throw, I don't think like I would love to think that he is like, all right, this is my Cy Young year. I'm going for it. But do you realistically think he's going to be able to compile enough innings to win the award versus like a top 5 finish again?
That's why I think they're doing what they're doing. I'm gonna like straight up. Like there is no other reason in my mind that this is happening. Like you know how I feel about Ohtani playing this game. Yeah. You know that I feel like he is so good that he just does shit like this. He will just dictate this, and he's gonna. That's what I think. That's seriously. That's what I think.
I don't think it's not a crazy thought that it's because we're talking about an individual that not just is the greatest baseball player who ever lived, but this is someone who, when he was a young lad, he created a list of everything that so like stuff like this. He's not one of those guys that's like, well, if it happens, it happens. And that'll be great if I'm considered. He's like, no. Like I am here to win a Cy Young Award in addition to all the MVPs that I've won.
Sure.
And the now multiple World Series titles that I hold.
Jared, this dude has been here since 2018. There is like, this isn't hyperbole. There's only one box left to check when it comes to accolades. I mean, 2 if you want to get picky and talk about a World Series MVP. Outside of that, this man has done everything you can do in the game of baseball. Was he the best player in the league when he first got here? We call that the Rookie of the Year. Indeed he was. He was.
The Rookie of the Year is the best player in the league award?
No, when you get here, meaning once you get to the big leagues, and you're here for the first time, you're a rookie. Who's the best player when they first get here? Well, Shohei Ohtani was. He was the Rookie of the Year. Book that. From there, who's the best player in the league? We call those MVPs. Well, he was 4 times. Could have been 5 in a row. Could have been 5 in a row. Just say that out loud one more time. He's done it 4 times. Could have, probably should have been 5 in a row. Okay? Yeah. So what else do you want him to do? Silver Slugger?
That one year that he was robbed of 5 in a row, I think that was like it was the Aaron Judge like fake Roger Maris home run record year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
and Ohtani fatigue. Ohtani fatigue. This dude was so good that people were tired of how good he was.
It was Ohtani fatigue combined with like sucking Aaron Judge's dick because he broke a record that's a fake record. And everyone's like, how could he broke the American League home run record? How does he not win the MVP? And it's like, well, because Ohtani had a better year statistically. Yeah. That's why.
Because Ohtani's a god. That's how. Yeah. I mean, great season for Judge, not taking anything away from it.
Great season. Was not better than Ohtani's season. Like, you have to remember the year that Aaron Judge broke the fake record of American League, Roger Maris's fucking whatever. Shohei Ohtani had a 875 OPS. It was what was the OPS? A 144 OPS plus. He hit 30 doubles and 34 homers, and then also finished 3rd for Cy Young. And that's not more valuable than hitting fucking whatever it was, 62 home runs.
Right. No, people were like, no, out on that. Like I said, like, could you imagine if Aaron Judge would have finished 4th in the Cy Young voting with the season that he had that year? People, I don't even know I mean, they would legitimately be clamoring for Aaron Judge being the first active Hall of Famer. That's what that season would have done for him.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's where they were at. But anyways, I say all that because I truly believe that this is the year that Ohtani hones in on the Cy Young Award and is like, yep, I feel good. Arm feels good. I'm dialed. Let's roll. I mean, the numbers prove it. And here's the thing is we just had the first Cy Young poll out. First Cy Young poll was released, and in the National League, you know who is sitting at the top of that list. That's Paul Skeens. Now, there have been some questions about, the lack of Paul Skeens-esque dominance, 30 punch-outs, 29 innings. But he continues to do what Paul Skeens does, which is keep you off the bases. You got a hard time squaring this dude up. His MLB low batting average against a 141. It just doesn't get much better than what Paul Skeens has put together, which is why he got 27 first-place votes. There's also another fellow by the name of Nolan McLean, who we talked about. And again, I have him as the Rookie of the Year because if he can, a miracle at this point, get the New York Mets anywhere near the postseason, and he has the role in it that I think he will, which to this point where he's logging, he got a first-place vote for NL Cy Young, even in the face of what Skeens has done. He'll have a great opportunity. But there's Shohei Ohtani, 5 first place votes for Showtime. 0.60 ERA, 34 punchies in 30 innings. Opponents are hitting 160, 0.87 whip. This dude has his sights set on the Cy Young, Jared. Do not sleep on it.
That's great intro.
Shohei Ohtani, for the second time in his last 3 pitching starts, did not hit while pitching. This is interesting. This is news, as is often the case with anything Ohtani related. The guy that does both is not doing both all the time at the same time. That is a fact.
Yeah, and
man, it's weird. The Dodgers have lost 3 of his 5 starts so far. He has gone exactly 6 innings in all 5 of his starts. He threw a season high 104 pitches against the Marlins last night, and he does have a .60 ERA. Is only one of those runs last night was earned. He has still yet to allow a home run. But let's get back to the topic at hand. He's not hitting. And we speculated coming into the season that we could at least see little hints here and there of a tilt back towards Ohtani, the pitcher, from a prioritization standpoint. And I think at the time, we were thinking about it strictly from Ohtani's perspective, because for the duration of his career, this dude's calling the shots. He decides when he hits, when he pitches, all these things. It's his schedule. He's the best player. He's the most important player in baseball history, blah, 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 blah. And so we just assumed, okay, if he wanted to start dialing it back, take a few off days at the plate, that was going to be the case. I think what we've learned recently is that the Dodgers are a more relevant character in this. And maybe we are naive and stupid and disrespectful to frame it that way. But I do think that it has been interesting to see that the Dodgers do seem to be at least nudging him in situations like this where they have a day game today, I believe, which I assume means he will be hitting today. And so they're just looking for opportunities for him to expend slightly less energy, which in turn allows him to spend the most energy on the mound, which thus far, even though they've lost 3 of his 5 starts, he's doing his job pretty freaking well on the mound. And so it's hard to say that part hasn't really been working.
This is from Dave Roberts pregame on Tuesday via friend of the program, Jack Harris of the California Post. Quote, obviously, having him do both duties, in theory, in practice, it's great. Yep. But how sustainable is it without kind of taking a little bit off his plate a little bit? That's the question. It's not an exact science. His goal is to make every start. So with that, there has to be some compromise and some openness to kind of read and react. So far, I think we're doing a nice job, and he's open to that. Earlier in the week, Andrew Friedman on the radio, AM 570, said it doesn't make sense for him to go wire to wire as both a pitcher and a hitter, playing every day and pitching every week. That's hard. That's hard is so funny from Andrew Friedman. Like, oh man, what Ohtani's doing is it's difficult, man. That's tough. Tough. It's hard. It's like, well, yeah, dog. This makes sense.
Yeah, go ahead.
It makes sense. Like, the goal of the season is to win the World Series, not for Shohei Ohtani to hit as many home runs as he can during the regular season. That has changed. Ohtani, the hitter, has been a little bit worse than you might expect. He's still like really good, but he's just really good and not elite. Like, if Ohtani was only hitting, he would not win the MVP this season based upon how he has performed so far. Right?
Yes.
Which is different than 2023 when he was just the only hit and was incredible. And so I understand why the Dodgers are kind of monitoring this. It takes more energy for him to do both. That is reasonable. And I think that it is unfortunate, but it is also like a sign that things are changing. When he was in Anaheim, Ohtani just ran the show, got to do whatever he wanted. And now the Dodgers are like, hey man, like we're good enough as a team that you don't need to carry all the rocks in your backpack. Like, we have other people. Like, we literally have Freddie Freeman and Will Smith and leadoff hitter Dalton Rushing that you don't need to hit every time you pitch if you think that's going to help you perform on the mound. So far, that's been the case.
Unless you're facing Jansen Junk, in which case, apparently, you need a whole lot more help, Dodgers. Shout out to Jansen Junk, who was just dominating the Dodgers last night, which was cool to see. I think I'm not going to get tired of talking about Ohtani going for the Cy Young because I think it's so interesting and, frankly, a math problem that I will be tracking the whole season. And as long as his ERA continues to begin with a 0 point,
I will continue to look at this on a start-by-start basis. I've continued to reference his 2022 season, which is when he came closest to winning the Cy Young. He finished 4th. He made 28 starts and threw 166 innings. With his current schedule, I know last night he threw on one fewer day's rest. I'm skeptical he can get to 28 starts, but I haven't quite sketched it out. But let's say that he does. Let's give him 28 starts, right? And let's say he throws exactly 6 innings in every start. We know that's not going to be the case. That would get him to 168 innings, which is slightly more than that previous career high. Is it enough to be in the mix for the Cy Young? I'm inclined to say yes, because I think that just so few pitchers are even getting to 200 anymore. We'll see. This is going to involve so many other pitchers and how they're doing whatever. Paul Skeens is going to have more innings than that. I feel pretty good about that. But where he's averaging in terms of innings per start, what his pace is for how many starts he's going to get, and if he continues to have the lowest ERA in the National League, all of these things are very fun to track while he continues to hit. And listen, the dude's got an 898 OPS, which is
it's incredible.
Which again,
it's incredible.
That is amazing. It's just lower than what it's been the last 3 seasons. But I am excited too in the way that in 2024 he was doing just the hitting, and we got to follow 50-50 and all those things and just focus on that. I know he is doing both now still. His starts now are just the whole last night I was a little busy, but in general, I will look forward to them every week and just thinking about that singular focus within the goal of the Dodgers winning another World Series.
I don't know if I believe what I'm about to say, but I would like to say it out loud. Are we underrating how many innings Ohtani's going to throw? Right now, he has thrown more innings than Paul Skeens, despite having one fewer start. He has gone 6 innings in every single start. He has made all of his starts. He made his first start last night on a 5-day rest cycle. What if he just throws 30 starts? And the way that the Dodgers kind of handle that load is just by having him hit less, as they've done. I think that is maybe more possible than we anticipated.
That's the real question. Okay, if we begin with, all right, Shohei, you're not going to hit when you pitch. If we start building in more off days the day before or the day after, if we start, because we think that we're lessening his load, we're now asking for fewer days off between starts. If we start moving in that direction, you might be right. I'm still skeptical of that. As I said, I haven't totally done the math and sketched it out, how many starts he would make right now if he stays on rotation and whatnot. And while the Dodgers pitching so far, by the way, at some point they're going to get Blake Snell back, it seems. And they have all these other pitchers that they can still throw that is not going to push them to need to have Ohtani start, making his starts on 4-5 days rest. So all those things are going to impact it. But you might be right. I just think that if it starts moving in that direction and we start seeing days off beyond when he's pitching, that's when we can have that conversation more seriously.
¿Qué les parece si cambiamos de tema y nos vamos hasta los Dodgers? Porque Shohei Ohtani volvió a lanzar, pero se quedó otra vez sin batear. Lanzó tras 5 días de descanso por primera vez esta campaña. Permitió que 9 bateadores de los Marlins se envasaran. Esta fue su mayor cantidad de la temporada en ese partido del martes en Dodger Stadium. El ataque lo limitó. 2 carreras, una de ellas limpia. Completó 6 innings. Lo hizo por 5ª vez en la misma cantidad de salidas esta temporada. La efectividad está en 0.60, que es la 5ª mejor para un integrante de los Dodgers en sus primeras 5 salidas de una temporada. Bueno, todo bien con Ohtani lanzando. Pero Memo, no puede lanzar y batear como siempre. Lo está limitando mucho Dave Roberts. ¿Por qué tan conservadores con alguien que sabemos su gancho es ser la estrella de las 2 vías?
Cuando pasó esta situación por primera vez en la temporada, Dave Roberts dijo que no lo ponía a batear en el mismo día en que sube a la loma, porque 2 días antes había recibido un pelotazo en el hombro y no quería que hiciera las 2 cosas al mismo tiempo. Dijo su manager que era una excepción, que no iba a ser lo normal, que la normalidad iba a ser la que venía manejando hasta ahora, ¿no? Aunque le toque lanzar, él va a estar al tope de la alineación y va a batear. Y ahora resulta que no, ahora resulta que se vuelve a dar esta situación. Roberts ha mencionado varias veces que quieren llevarlo con calma. No es el llevarlo con calma como la temporada pasada, cuando venía saliendo de una lesión, cuando había pasado todo un año sin lanzar. Este es otro tipo de llevarlo con calma. Es de no desgastarlo, de cuidar su físico, de cuidar sus condiciones, de que llegue a la recta final en óptimas condiciones, valga la redundancia. Pero bueno, pues te estás corriendo el riesgo que resultó negativo ayer. Lanza bien Ohtani, con esa salvedad que decías, Caro, el partido en el que más rivales se le han envasado, pero después de todo fue un juegazo el que tiró Ohtani, y se pierde porque no hubo ofensiva. Y Ohtani, que había sido un bateador arribita nada más de lo normal en las primeras semanas de la temporada, ya se está calentando a la ofensiva. Ya en los últimos juegos ha sido el Ohtani que nos tiene acostumbrados. Entonces, bueno, ayer se le cortó esa inspiración, se le cortó ese ritmo que ya estaba agarrando el japonés, y le costó a los Dodgers porque pues, terminan perdiendo por una carrera y haciendo una carrera. Entonces ayer sí, esa decisión de dejarlo fuera de la alineación, a mí me parece que le pudo haber costado el partido a Dave Roberts, porque no hubo ofensiva, y es una ofensiva que Ohtani ha estado proveyendo en los últimos partidos.
Correcto. Además, cuando uno escucha, Luis, a Dave Roberts decir que su objetivo es que Shohei Ohtani realice cada una de sus aperturas, eso quiere decir que lo van a estar limitando más en su rol de bateador. O sea, van a tener más flexibilidad, más disposición para ir evaluándolo salida a salida, partido a partido, especialmente cuando le tocaría lanzar y batear. Entonces, ¿tú prefieres a un Shohei Ohtani al 100% lanzador o al 80% desempeñando ambos roles?
No, yo prefiero a un Ohtani 100% desempeñando ambos roles, porque así lo ha mostrado en el pasado. Mira, si los Dodgers estuvieran en una situación más difícil, o sea, están peleando arriba la división, yo diría que Ohtani estuviera lanzando y bateando en ese partido. O sea, para él no hay realmente un descanso. Es un tipo que trabaja demasiado. Creo que esto es una cosa temporal. Los Dodgers de Los Ángeles tienen una rotación de 6 lanzadores también. Pueden darse el lujo de darle ese día, digamos, de descanso de bateo, administrarlo. Pero va a haber un momento en la temporada en que él va a tener que estar cumpliendo los dos roles. No, yo no veo cuál es la situación. Creo que en este caso Ohtani tiene que dar la palabra y decir, mira, yo estoy dispuesto, pero con una rotación de 6, que lleguen los brazos descansados después de julio, a final de la temporada, sin sobrecarga de innings. Va a ser muy importante para ese remate final y final de temporada para los Dodgers de Los Ángeles. Y ellos están contando con el brazo de Ohtani para final de temporada y también con su bate. Así que creo que no hay que entrar en pánico en estos momentos. Me parece que la estrategia de Roberts en estos momentos está funcionando bien para el equipo. No estamos hablando de Ohtani en ese sentido, pero no va a ser por toda la temporada, es lo que yo imagino.
Claro. ¿Ha dicho algo, Quique, Ohtani al respecto? O sea, se conoce, bueno, obviamente él es súper respetuoso, no quiero decir que sea sumiso, pero él va a hacer lo que le manden a hacer allí, pero si él desea hacer las dos cosas o está bien ir poco a poco.
Está haciendo las dos cosas. Coincidencialmente no ha hecho las dos cosas el día que le toca lanzar. Y probablemente Memo tiene muchas.
2 veces en los últimos 13 días.
Dos veces, sus últimas 2 salidas. Sus últimas 2 salidas. Y Memo tiene razón cuando dice que teniendo uno de los mejores bateadores del mundo, en el día que tú pierdes 2-1, evidentemente que te hizo falta no tener a ese bateador, claro. Pero aquí hay un plan más grande. Ohtani en los últimos 2 años ha tenido más de 700 apariciones como bateador. Porque no es que es el que compite con Aaron Judge, con Juan Soto, por ser los mejores bateadores del mundo, sino que además es primer bate, tiene más apariciones que los otros. En un año donde probablemente los Dodgers quieren que haga más de 30 salidas como pitcher, pónganse ustedes a pensar en el plan grande de los Dodgers, en una situación donde le vamos a dar al mismo tiempo más de 30 salidas como pitcher y más de 700 apariciones como bateador. Y vamos a esperar que esté vivo en octubre cuando más lo vamos a necesitar. Quizás ellos están teniendo un poco de precaución. Mira, Ohtani, sabemos que te gusta hacer esto, al menos por ahora que no lo necesitamos tanto, porque ya los Dodgers le demostraron a todo el mundo que no le importa cómo esté el standing en abril ni en mayo. Ellos tienen un plan. Es uno de los pocos equipos que en marzo planea para octubre. Y lo hicieron el año pasado y nosotros a veces hasta perdíamos los estribos, perdíamos la paciencia y no se salieron de su plan. Creo que no se van a salir del plan ahora porque sería, incluso nosotros, si Ohtani, el mundo se diría, si le pasa algo a Ohtani, una lesión o algo, diría, eso es por forzarlo demasiado, más de 30 aperturas y más de 700 apariciones. Creo que ellos quieren controlar un poco eso y aprovechando que Dalton Rushing, que es el que usan de designado en estos movimientos, no tiene juego porque tienen una superestrella en la receptoría. Es uno de los pocos días que tienen algún chance de cumplir el doble objetivo, de darle 4 turnos a Rushing y de descansar un poco a Ohtani, por lo menos ahora, de controlarle la enorme carga de trabajo que va a tener al final de la temporada.
El primer partido en que Ohtani
contra los Mets
no batió,
Jackie Robinson
que lanzó, Rushing la sacó.
Sí, con las bases llenas.
O sea que le funciona todo.
Y eso fue el día de Jackie Robinson.
Sí.
Contra los Mets. En la otra salida, él batió y se fue de 4-0, que fue cuando terminó la racha de envasados. Entonces, en esta lo vuelve a hacer. Quiere decir, pero a mí me parece, y disculpa que me haya metido.
Por favor.
Yo creo que él va directo a buscar un Cy Young, señores. Y eso es lo que él está tratando, es lo que yo veo.
Es líder ahora mismo.
Él está tratando de hacer su trabajo,
0.60.
pero no es menos cierto que cuando él sale del line-up, se está perdiendo un buen bate. No importa lo que esté bateando Rushing. Felicidades. Que busquen a otra posición para Rushing, pero él debería estar. Debería estar en la alineación bateando. Y eso de los 700 swings y lanzando 24 partidos en la temporada, eso para él es muy normal. Así que eso no le va a afectar en nada. Yo creo que a lo que le afecta en realidad, y disculpe, Caro, es al equipo de los Dodgers.
O sea, tú firmas, Duque, que los Dodgers están pensando más en octubre que en abril.
Correcto, sí, es verdad. Pero también Ohtani está pensando en tener una buena salida sin tener que forzarte tanto, sin tener que salir a robar bases, sin tener que hacer swing y sentirse mejor para hacer 100 lanzamientos, 6 entradas, 7 entradas y dar un partido de calidad. Y lo está haciendo.
O sea, está pensando más en su Cy Young que en el MVP, Luis Alfredo. ¿Cómo lo ves?
Pero es que lo ganaría automático.
Robert está manejando un Ferrari.
Óigame, Caro, se va a llevar las dos cosas. Si se lleva el Cy Young con lo que él hace bateando, se va a llevar lo otro también.
Claro.
Tiene que saber manejar ese Ferrari, y ese Ferrari tiene ahorita a Verstappen, ¿me entiende? Que tiene que administrarlo, porque el piloto número 2, número 3, número 4 de la escudería, Mookie Betts, ya tú sabes, o sea, tienes que administrar bien a tus jugadores. El equipo está funcionando perfectamente, no va a ser toda la temporada, vamos a ver en el mismo rol, porque hace falta cuando no está en la ofensiva.
Porque si lo hacen toda la temporada, entonces, Memo, estarán rompiendo lo que hace único e inigualable a Ohtani.
Sí, pero imagínense lo que significaría para Ohtani sumar un Cy Young, ¿no? O sea, a lo mejor no vamos a hablar de lo que hizo en las dos vías, porque igual y bateando baja un poco el nivel. Pero vamos a hablar al final de que ahora el eterno MVP ganó un Cy Young. Y eso sería, o sea, romper con todos. Sería más que histórico, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, es el riesgo que están corriendo y que va a valer la pena si se da.
Y además,
claro, ojalá.
Como dice el Duque, si un pitcher que gana el Cy Young tiene OVP de 400 con 25 o 30 jonrones, es fácil el MVP.
Asegurado.
O sea,
no hay duda de ello.
El MVP.